Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Erli Pratama Permana, and I'm from Public of Administration UIN Sunan Gunung Jati. And now I want to share or tell about foreign policy, and my title uh, overview of Papua New Guinea police in PNG solution. Before discussing the policy, let's get to know the constitutional framework first. Papua New Guinea Constitution was adopted in 1975 and has been amended frequently since then. The country is a constitutional monarchy and a member of the Commonwealth. The British monarch, represented by a governor-general, is head of state, and the Prime Minister is head of government. The unicameral national parliament has 111 members who are elected to serve 5-year terms. Of these, 89 represent single-member open electorates. Each of the others 22 represent on one of the provincial electorates. Parliament nominates the Governor-General, who is then appointed by the British monarch. Parliament also elects the Prime Minister, who in turn appoints the Minister of National Executive Council, or we can say that Cabinet. What is the PNG solution? PNG solution is an agreement between the government of Australia and Papua New Guinea, which was signed on 19 July 2003. This agreement stipulates that any asylum seekers who come to Australia by boat, or better known as a boat people, are prohibited from entering Australian territory and will be directed to stay in the Manus Island detention centers in Papua New Guinea. Meanwhile, if the legal status of the refugees has been decided, they will not be allowed to stay in Australia, but in Papua New Guinea they can. There are 5 important points in this resettlement policy. First, asylum seekers arriving by boat are prohibited from settling in Australia. Second, the asylum seekers are sent to Manus Island or elsewhere in Papua New Guinea for an assessment of their asylum status. And third, legal refugees are allowed to resettle in Papua New Guinea. And fourth, there is no change in this agreement for at least the next 12 months. And last, fifth, there is no limit on the number of refugees who will later settle in Papua New Guinea. Okay, we get into beginning of policy. PNG solution was formed between Australia and Papua New Guinea. First of all, Australia and Papua New Guinea have both ratified the Refugees Convention in 1951. The difference between the two countries is Australia has a much better level of welfare than Papua New Guinea. Second, Australia has become one of the most popular countries for asylum seekers, with the increasing number of arrivals every year. The Australian government has tightened immigration policies which have not been able to overcome them optimally. Third, the Australian government cooperates with Nauru and Papua New Guinea in the Pacific solution. The main objective is to minimize the number of boat people arriving and prevent people smuggling, which is often done by land. And fourth, the implementation of Pacific solution occurred irregularities considering that Nauru and Papua New Guinea were unable to provide better facilities and service than Australia. And last, Pacific solution has been stopped, but the Australian government again offered immigration cooperation in PNG solution to Papua New Guinea until the offer was finally welcomed. And next, Australian help to Papua New Guinea. Many can Australia help to Papua New Guinea? First of all, Economy. In the economic field, Australia provides regular financial assistance as the largest donor and the largest amount of Australian foreign aid to other countries. The main goal is to make Papua New Guinea a buffer zone for Australia, so it is important to maintain its stability. Second, export and import. Australia is the destination from imports and the second destination for export. Australia profits from export are quite large. Australia has invested heavily while the goods export are goods processed by Australian companies in Papua New Guinea. Australia not only receives profits from the investment returns, but the processed goods also move to Australia through those exports. And three, politics. In politicals, Australia helps reduce crime and eradicate rampant corruption. The Australian Federal Police and the Papua New Guinea Anti-Corruption Task Force signed a partnership. Both parties will exchange intelligence information to tracking down the perpetrators of corruption. And last, defense and security. Australia helps Papua New Guinea send 3,500 troops, provides financial assistance of 243 million US dollars, trains local troops as a local government defense effort, conducts joint patrols, provides 7 patrol boats in an effort to protect Papua New Guinea's ZEE. And later, civil servants Australia has served in customs, the judiciary, and the other government departments is an effort to strengthen the law in Papua New Guinea. In conclusion, from all of the I described, the conclusion is Papua New Guinea receives regular foreign aid from Australia, which is also the largest donor with the aim of helping Papua New Guinea survive and improve the welfare of the Papua New Guinea population. On the other side, Australia is the main destination country for asylum seekers who are starting to worry about their national defense, choose to arrange a new immigration cooperation regarding asylum seekers. Although it has implemented a strict immigration policy by sending asylum seekers to the Manus Island Detention Center, this has not been enough to make the Australian government calm about its national defense. Therefore, the Australian government has chosen to place asylum seekers who have received trespass status in Papua New Guinea rather than in Australia. And last, in achieving its national interest, Australia chose to offer immigration cooperation to Papua New Guinea in the PNG solution. That's all of I can say that, and thank you for everyone. I'm sorry for many mistakes from me, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.